Alright. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Starrflight Fobs. That's two R's in Starrflight. Um, this is an awesome new technology. Um, the owner, Paul Morris, he's a real nice guy. I had some problems when I got fobs at first. I called him up. I was on the phone with that guy for an hour, and we got my bow set up, squared away with these fobs, and because he's all about customer satisfaction. I mean, I've been places where the bow technicians just want you in and out. I mean, I got my bow set up at a shop. I'm never going back there again. They sent me out. I went home. My timing's off. I had to fix my timing. And Paul Morris guided me through that, which was the owner of Starrflight. He got the design from he used to design missiles and stuff, so for military. So he got that idea off of that, because everything in the archery world right now is nothing's traditional like the Indians. People say, "Oh, fletching, oh, it's traditional." No, it's not. Unless you're using feathers and a wooden shaft and a piece of flint head, then you're not doing anything traditional. If you're not using a recurve bow or a long bow made out of wood or something, but all and everything like that. So it's nothing traditional. And also another thing is that he told me that all bows are jacked up. There's always something wrong with a bow. And there's no bow perfect. Like one limb's a little bit longer than the other. Nothing's perfect with these bows. So that's why, like when you do broadhead tuning with these things, it's so much easier because they shoot so much accurately. All right, well, I'm getting off subject here, but let me just get back onto this, and I'll explain what and how these fobs actually work. This outer ring is called the ring wing. It's reduces the crosswind drift by 70%, and you can cut that off if you want it. They shoot the same with the cut off, and that'd probably reduce it less, more, because there's not nothing for the wind to grab really. So that's positive. The airfoil, which is the chambers, made to exacting specificate. It's a leading edge, made to exacting specifications for consistent, repeatable shots. And then in there is a super tough hub, a pop-off design for quick pass-through and increased penetration. These things you can run over with a truck, and they're gonna be popping back on your arrow. You can shoot. There's a positive force spin fins, which is the lines in there. Provide consistent spin every time for allowing tuning for even the biggest broadheads. You know, that's a problem with most fletching. It's very hard to tune a broadhead. I know with fletching, I had blazers on my bow when I was shooting muzzies, and I had to do a lot of adjustments and a lot of tuning with my bow just to get those blazers to shoot with the muzzies. And I just undid all those problems that I had to do with these fobs, and now, like all that tuning and everything, I set it back to center shot, moved the rest a little bit to the left. My broadheads will hit the bullseye every time. Because a lot of people say when you're tuning your broadheads, you're gonna want to shoot into the target with your field tip. That's what I do. I shoot in the target with the fob. I took the fob off because you're gonna be aiming with that broadhead right there again, and you don't want to break them fobs, because I mean they might be tough, but not tough against against the broadhead. So that's in the target with just a bare shaft in the target basically. Then you'll shoot again at that same spot with the broadhead, and say you'll hit to the right, left, up, down. Most of the time it's either to the right or the left. So mine was to the left. I moved my rest tiny bit to the left, got my broadhead, my field tip, shot my field tip, hit the bullseye. Shot my broadhead, hit that arrow. But I took the fob off it, so all I did was just scrape the shaft a little bit, which is fine. It was kind of just a little appearance damage, nothing a bit serious. And then my bow was broadhead tuned. One adjustment. I mean, you could go my other bow. I made a bunch of adjustments. I made almost 50 shots, just because I couldn't with these with blazers. and these big broadheads, it doesn't really work that great. But so basically how these install are, you got a fob, a knock, and an arrow shaft. You gotta make sure the back of the arrow shaft is cut clean. If it's not, it will fly different and it won't work as great. Then you pop. Oh, you put the fob on there. It's a little bit loose. Take your knock, press it. That's on there. That's not going nowhere. And then also you can customize it with an arrow wrap. I mean, it looks pretty cool with the arrow wrap, but that's all personal preference. But I recommend getting an arrow wrap on there because when you shoot deer, it's a pass through. The fob will pop off, and then that's gonna be sticking into the ground under the leaves, and you're kicking leaves around. You might not see a black shaft, but you will see that bright orange wrap in the back. So I mean, I haven't lost an arrow with these fobs yet. Missing targets, shooting a deer, or shooting small game. I mean, I do a lot of small game around my house, so I lose so many arrows. And then I also use the SGH by G5, which hits the ground, turns the arrow straight up. It grips it and does that. So I mean, I'm not losing that anyway. But what else can I go into? I recommend buying extra knocks, at least a dozen to 2 dozen. They're cheap, $5 for 2 dozen. Because they will, you might, when they pop off, if it pops up, if the knock won't always stay in that arrow, in the fob. So in case you do lose a knock, which, because it's hard to use the fob because bright orange, like I said, recommend using orange. And that'll be easy to find. Well, yeah, that's about it. I'd like to send a shout out to Paul Morris and Aaron saying thank you because fobs are awesome. And I recommend going on that website, checking them out. I know the Starrflight has a channel on YouTube here, or you can just go on the website and watch some videos on there. And you see how you like them. I mean, it's only $20. Try them out. When you get them, I don't recommend just going ahead and stripping all your arrows, because I mean, it's still good to have fletching. Because I'm not saying anything bad about fletching, even though I am a very believer in the fobs. But still, make sure you keep some fletching, because I mean, well, my quiver has about 3 fobs and 2 fletched. Because sometimes, I mean, on a calm day, I mean, or whatever, if I see a squirrel, I'll shoot that squirrel with the fob, with the fletching, because I carry some small game heads in my quiver. On a boring day and you see no deer, you always got to shoot something. I know I got an itchy trigger finger when I'm in the stand, and it's hard for me to let some does walk, but I mean, I want to wait for that big one, which I did. I got an 8-pointer. It's right here. Get it down. So this kind of shrinking up a little bit, and I messed up when I had dyed it and kind of deteriorated. But this is a pool buck I saw last year, a 4-pointer. Just a little, give it a size comparison. The last day I wanted to put some meat down, and it looked weird. He has like a abrasion. It looks like he fell on the road or something. But he had a very unique character. His which I kept his pelt, but I didn't get into that. But then I had these outside because then squirrels trying to chew up my tips on it. Freaking, I mean, this used to be out here. He was massive 8, but which took it to bow. But that was before I got these fobs. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.